How's it going, people? Happy Friday and all that news. This is the 5-minute show from the Daytrippers, and as you may be aware now, these never tend to be 5 minutes. They always go on a little bit longer than that. So I'm your host, Keith Plunkett. Just a couple of things around the club today. A couple of big ones that I'll come to in a sec, but we've got Leighton Clarkson, the young midfield player that's signed a new contract. Liverpool seem to be tying down their young talent, which is great to see, following on from Jay Kane, who I think is his midfield partner. And I expect to see more of them training with the first team and being involved around match squads, which is going to be nice. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that one develops in the future. But that's just a nice little one to get started off on. Another thing that's coming down the line is going to be the start of the Premier League season. We've got the dates, so we know it's coming back on the 12th of September and running until the 23rd of May. Now, that's fine for us. It gets us back in. Right, we don't know how the COVID-19 situation, the pandemic, will be at that stage, but we do expect fans to be back in the stadiums fairly soon. So hopefully it will happen. It won't be too far down the line, and we can get people bums back on seats for Liverpool, because I think we can all agree we've missed having the fans there. The players do sort of thrive on that passion and the adrenaline that they're getting from the Anfield crowd, certainly. So it's something that we all like to see back soon enough. So that's interesting. You know, it means then that the likes of Man City, Man United, Wolves, if they go far in their European competitions, they only end, I think the Champions League I have down to end on the 23rd of August and the Europa League on the 21st. So for any of those teams that make a final there, it really is a quick turnaround for the start of the season, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. It's one to watch, you know. A very shortened pre-season could really affect some of these teams. But enough of them. On to us. Today, Jordan Henderson will get to lift something else again. I hope he does a little shuffle while he lifts the Football Writers Player of the Year award. There's meltdowns all over the place. I've no doubt that Liverpool fans will be on certain platforms giving out more about this. I've seen people saying that I've seen Liverpool fans say Kevin De Bruyne deserved it, and it's a joke that Henderson got it, which is pretty disgraceful. I think we can all agree that maybe there are better players than Jordan Henderson out there, but Henderson is symbolic of this Liverpool team. He's symbolic of Jurgen Klopp on the football pitch, and I think he deserves it, not just as a pity gesture, but as the fact that he's the actual the metronome of our midfield. He's the player that makes us tick, and it's only really seen and appreciated when he's not in the team. So I'm delighted for that one personally, but I know others will be having meltdowns. I think there'll be Discord eruptions all over the place with that news, but I'm delighted for Hendo. It's a nice little reward for the player that he deserves it 100%. You know, it really is great to see. It's one that, you know, it's going to divide opinion. It's going to divide opinion. Sensible Liverpool fans will say it's going to divide opinion, but really, it makes it all the sweeter, you know what I mean? It makes it all the sweeter. Jordan Henderson has just been, you know, the story to turn it around as he did, the ground that he done from when he signed for Liverpool, still quite young, you know, he had to grow into that role. He had a lot of setbacks in his career at Liverpool, and he overcame everything, and now he's just lifting everything that's around. It's fantastic. I heard he's set to go on to I'm a Celebrity at Christmas as well, just so he can do a little shuffle and lift that title as well. So look, it's all good. Hendo gets it. We're all delighted with that. Other news, we have Klopp having a little pop at Frank Lampard, which I'm totally delighted about now myself, because Frank was giving it loads of yap, and Jurgen said Frank has to learn to leave it with the last whistle, and he couldn't be more right. We've all seen the viral video going around of the little altercation between Lampard and the Liverpool bench. Lampard going on talking about arrogance and all this, you know, don't be arrogant, which is a bit of a neck, you know. Frank Lampard coming up through Jose Mourinho's book of dark arts, and also when Derby bet Leeds, was he not on the side doing little binocular gestures as well last season. So I think he has a lot to learn himself, you know. Again, Frank Lampard is the media darling at the moment. He's doing brilliant to get Chelsea to third, even though that's where Sarri got them, and Sarri got them a Europa League as well. But one is Italian, one is English, one gets preferential treatment. But yeah, it is what it is. Again, it's nothing to do with us. We put him back in his box, which is brilliant. Another manager that had a little meltdown today, going back to the Henderson news, was the little clip going around with Pep Guardiola. Look, I'm a huge fan of Pep Guardiola. I always have been, and I always will be. But the man is struggling. To say we're living rent-free in his head is absolutely brilliant. But he's having a meltdown because when they won the league, a Liverpool player got the Player of the Year. That Liverpool player was Mo Salah, and it absolutely marmaladed the league. So, you know, it's not like it was a pity vote. He then said, you know, when we win the league, we'll get a Player of the Year. Kevin De Bruyne, if he was the Player of the Year, he might have lifted them a bit more than he did. Like they regressed all over the place, in fairness. So I don't think you can have too much of an argument. But that's him gone. And anyway, Pep, absolute having a breakdown. The poor chap. Thoughts and family are with his. Thoughts are with his family and friends at this difficult time. So we'll move on. There's a rumour going around that this is the end of the line for Degsy Lovren. It's more than a rumour, it's going to happen. It's been reported by all the journals that Liverpool have agreed an £11 million deal with Zenit St. Petersburg, and this will get everyone excited. Everybody wants to see the back of Degsy, but I, for one, will be sad to see him go. The man is a liability. He thinks he is the business. He thinks he's the best player in the world. I love all that carry on. He's like the Croatian Harry Maguire and how he plays, but it's just... the time has come, I think, for Degsy to have his final hurrah Liverpool, and a good way to go out. You know, he's hoovered up a few trophies. He's done well. He's had big games for us, and I think a lot of people forget about that. They forget about Dortmund. They forget about the Kiev final when he was absolutely immense for us, and so many other games, because the type of player Degsy is, he'll make one bad mistake and that's all everyone remembers. But the good play gets overlooked. So, you know, it's sad to see him go. But here, whatever Michael Edwards can get for Degsy at this stage, 4th choice centre-back, 31 years old or whatever he is, look, it's a great deal, whatever it is. People will be looking for replacements. And I know Degsy coincidentally wears the same number shirt as a certain Spanish/Brazilian who plays in the Bundesliga. I don't know. Yeah, the Thiago deal, I think, is picking up a bit more momentum. I think that one will go through. It will be great. And that will be a nice little slot into the number 6. But don't be surprised if Liverpool just plan on promoting Sepp van den Berg or someone else to the 4th choice centre-back slot, you know. But the news today of a new link that we haven't seen before is that of Edmund Tapsoba, and he's a Burkina Faso centre-back who plays for Bayer Leverkusen. Now, this fella is an absolute savage of a centre-back. He only signed for them there for €20 million from Vitória Guimarães in Portugal. And this fella is a beast. He's a big, quick player. He's like a young version of Koulibaly, which, you know, isn't a bad comparison to make at all. So that's one to watch. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know how much it'd cost, but the age profile certainly fits, and it could be one to watch. You know, whether it happens or not, I think Liverpool definitely will look to get a 4th choice centre back, or they may promote someone like Keanu Hoover. I don't know, but it's definitely one. I see James put in the chat there that Fabinho could be 4th choice cover. I don't know. I know Klopp likes multifunctional players that can cover a few positions, but whether he want to do that with Flacco is another story. I think he would maybe like a specialist in there. But what I'd see them doing is if they could get someone that could play left full and centre back, they might look to do that. I know Nordi Mokiel's getting a mention there off Kev O'Sullivan, and Mokiel's a right back / centre back, but I have a feeling he's going to PSG. It's a lot of talk about them getting him. So I think we might be used as a smoke screen on that one. But it's a lot of players will now, once we know players are leaving, and we're going to see this now domino effect that happens, that players are going to start leaving and the links are going to come in. Liverpool, we all suspect, will bring in Thiago. We all suspect they will bring in a centre back now, especially with Lovren on, and we all suspect there will be left back cover. Don't be surprised if they try and do 2 positions with one move. I don't know if they maybe move on Shaqiri, if there'll be another attacking player that comes in, but it's looking like the outs are going to start moving now, and we'll see some of the ins coming in. But again, the names that get linked, I see Diego Carlos getting linked in there. He's got an absolutely savage buyout clause, that fella, and buyout clauses mean nothing now because teams are going to be a bit more desperate, but I still think it'll take big money. I don't know if Liverpool are going to going to throw big money at positions where for cover players, if they're not a starting 11 player, I don't think they will throw the money. I think they might look for internal solutions. Again, Jamie is back in there about Fabinho, and it is a great shout. I'd love to see him there, but then you're taking him out of your midfield, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But the wage bill, Shawnee's just put in there, the wage bill is going to get absolutely savaged, cleaned this summer. We're going to have Lallana gone off that, Klein gone off that, Degsy gone off that. That's just for the start. That's probably 250,000 a week that's gone off that list. And it's going to be more to go on to that. Shaqiri could go. There's a lot of money on that wage bill that's going to be cleared off. So it'll be interesting to see how it happens. So look, it's just a little brief 5-minute show. We're on to 10.5 minutes, obviously. With no way we're ever going to get this done in 5. But it was just a quick update on what's happening around Liverpool today in the news. Just to let you know, I'm back tonight at 10 o'clock with my Liverpool life, and I've got Alex Gildetroff from the COP TV on with me tonight. Interesting shows just to talk about your love of the Reds and all, and it stores a few memories up for people that listen. So look, if you can tune in, the reminders will be going out for that. Tune in at 10 o'clock and we'll have a bit of fun then. So look, that's the news. It is a bit interesting. It's a sad day for the Degsy fans. There's maybe not that many of them out there, but it is what it is. And it's a good day in the Henderson household again. So look, I've been Keith Plunkett, the LFC Daytrippers, and I'll talk to you all later on.